I absolutely peed through a few layers of tights.
I don't know. I never really felt a sense of embarrassment.
I farted in front of RuPaul.
Well, I'm in control of my bowel and bladder movement, so I'm not embarrassed for that.
Hi, I'm Ellie Diamond.
Hello. Well, that's right. It's me, Tayce, the girl on the go, in the car, doing press just for you.
I'm Chaney, and we're from RuPaul's Drag Race UK Series 2.
It's Bimini Bon Boulash, and I am here with BuzzFeed UK, gonna spill the tea on season 2, so get ready.
So let's get into it.
Wrap it up.
Episode 2, surprise, surprise, when the paint dried up and it didn't explode properly. Not my finest hour, and I would 100% want to redo that differently.
My reveal runways. As much as I love the concept and thought it was a good idea, I initially had wanted to do Glinda and Elphaba and like put the two together, like the pink and the green.
Look, I wish I could redo it as my reveal because I was so focused on making it work as a reveal. If that makes sense, making sure it was actually functional, that I wanted to rhinestone it. But it's like practically that was the hardest runway to prepare for, pack, all of it, because there's 2 costumes in one.
Honey, do you even have to ask? I would say mascara girl. I would do her again. I think I would never pick up that box of mascaras. I'd chuck them on the other side of the room. I'd stay far away from that fiberglass installation, whatever I was playing around with, and I would maybe ask for some help when I need it. That's the problem with me on the show. That's one thing that I realised with me on the show. I am a stubborn little mule, and I'll only do what I want to do.
I brought like Fanny Craddock with me. I brought like Madonna. And I think my problem was I had all these like voices in my head. But, you know, it was harder to flesh them out. So I would have maybe gone with either Fanny Craddock or, in fact, I brought Sherilyn Barnes as well. Sherilyn Barnes could have been funny. No one would have known who she was, but she would have been funny.
My other options I had were Jennifer Saunders, and I also, Kate Moss would have been one that I would have done as well.
The people I auditioned with were Matt Lucas and Sticky Pollard and Miley Cyrus. But during the COVID break, I kind of watched back my Miley Cyrus and I was like, I'm not going to bring that.
I was going to do either NASA from Gavin and Stacey or Grace Jones.
I was doing my seagull, and we had dinner prepared in one of the Queen holding rooms, and I still had my beak prosthetic on, and I was like, can I just take the prosthetic off to like eat? And they were like, no, for continuity purposes, whatever. It was a shepherd's pie, and I had that, and I was literally trying to spoon feed it in past my beak, but I kept getting caught in the beak, and it was like this gooey, horrible sticking. I was like, ah.
We're obviously in front of the cameras, but like we work with these, they called them the Queen handlers, essentially like your own producers. And they were just this lovely group of women and just so incredible and so lovely and so kind and always had time for you. And they really allowed you to kind of relax. That was their job. They was to look after you, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without them, basically. And just anyone behind the scenes, they were all just phenomenal.
I just remember Rue warming up her voice. She was like, Lawrence Chaney. And I was like, what the hell is going on? And then RuPaul was like, up next, we've got Lawrence Chaney. And I was like, what is this madness? It was the weirdest, most surreal moment ever. But that was a sweet moment. Definitely.
I think it would be a lot of our like goofy walk-ins to the workroom in the morning. We would always like stand on the side and think of like really stupid little like Mean Girls references and things like that. We would just have fun walking into the room, but I think obviously with editing and camera you don't see everything. But yeah, there's so many fun moments off camera.
What did I do? It was such a crazy moment because you've got to keep it silent, and you're allowed to like tell one person. It was like that moment, like it's like, oh, it's happening, okay, you've got to get it ready. I dreamt I was going to be on season 3, so I was way off with season 2. I only sent the application in because I thought I'd want them to know who I am for next year. And then when they called me, I was like, oh, we've got to get ready now then.
I threw my KFC fillet burger over the other side of the room. And I was watching Charity Shop Sue reruns as per, and all of a sudden I got that ring, and they said that I was on, and I was like, ah! And then I got more later. Or I think it was a Nando's, yeah.
The first thing I did once we got the call was phone my fabric shop and ask if I could have a tab of £300. Because I was like, I have no money. I literally need to do everything myself. So I phoned my fabric shop and I was just like, hey, I need a lot of fabric for something and I don't really have all the money for it. But when I do have the money, I'll be able to pay you back with the money that I've made from what I'm doing. And they were like, yes, okay, no worries.
I think I cried. I told my mum because they said you can tell one person. And my mum said, get out of it, and hung up. Like, my mum couldn't believe it. And then, started manically preparing for Drag Race.
I think we just came back with a lot more of a calmer approach. Like, we'd been already there. We'd, it's kind of like going back to school. You know the lay of the land. You know the head teachers. You know the teachers. You know all the little rooms of the school. You know who you can hang around with. They'll be telling you like, ice, be quiet, and you all just want to talk to each other and just be like naughty little schoolgirls. You know. I think we just went back with all that out the way, and we could just focus on not being weirded out by our surroundings, but maybe just ourselves. You know what I mean?
It's a busy show. There's about this much to do and about this much time, So we had to do all that and socially distance, and we couldn't help each other zip up in costumes, and we couldn't, it was just an added layer of difficulty, across the board.
We came back, they were like, we cannot stop this filming again, so we need to get this done. We had 2 weeks to film the rest of the season and we had 1 day off.
Everyone had filler when we went back.
An embarrassing moment for me on the show was probably when I farted in front of RuPaul. We were walked into the nudie in the workroom. RuPaul's like, so for today's mini challenge. And then I think everyone else started laughing simultaneously. And she was just sort of confused, like, what's going on?
I was gasping for a pee. Won the challenge, fabulous, but all I could think about while the lip sync was going on was I needed a pee. So I literally, as soon as we got off, we came, we're dancing to that song, a bolt, and then suddenly 2 people dragged me and ran me to the toilet where I absolutely peed through a few layers of tights. Not afraid to admit that.
Well, I'm in control of my bowel and bladder movement, so I'm not embarrassed for that.
I don't know. I never really felt a sense of embarrassment. Maybe being very highlighted in the moment would have to be having my hand ripped open and having the magic have to come in and sew me up in front of everyone. That was fun. Apart from that, there was no embarrassment. I'm here to have a good time, girl. You can't humiliate me.
I've got loads in the pipeline and I'm ready for it. I've been working on music. The music that I've been working on, I'm really proud of as well. It's like a lot of the music that I listened to growing up, but that wasn't queer. It was a lot of Blur and a lot of Lily Allen and the way she speaks on social commentary. And I've added that in, but with my kind of my humor and my just jokingness. And I'm really excited for people to hear it.
Tours, to do shows, perform. I just want to get back on the road, start performing, and go to cities, see people that I've known on Instagram for years, but I've never met in person, go to the clubs that I've seen and have fun and just bring drag back to bigger and better things.
I want to travel the world and tell my stupid fart jokes to anyone that will listen. In a taxi, in a venue, in a barbecue. It's something I really miss, is that kind of personal touch that performing gives you.
Just lots of things under wraps that we can't talk about, lots of involvement with makeup, some big fashion moments coming out soon, some big music moments coming out soon. So just get ready, baby.
Thank you so much, BuzzFeed UK, for having us. It's been such a ball.
Yes, thank you so much, BuzzFeed UK. And listen, mind your shag pipes. Let me clear mine out. Yeah.
Thank you for watching us as we spill the tea for BuzzFeed UK.
Woo! Bye!
Bye!
Bye!